Dell makes our favorite laptop in the XPS 13, but how good is the support when you have an issue? As it turns out, not that great. They finished 6 out of 10 in our tech support showdown, and Andrew went undercover to test them out. Why so middle of the pack?
Yeah, so they're really mixed on their own stuff. They have some really great positives, but the negatives are also pretty bad. So I called them. They got 24/7 phone support, which is pretty great. I called them at 11:45 at night and barely waited on hold.
Well, that's good.
But they don't necessarily know all their own stuff, which is actually a fairly consistent problem we had this year. When I asked them about, oh, how can I improve the bass sound, they were able to direct me to WaveMax Audio Pro, which is the music. But the XPS 13 here has something called Killer Wireless. It's their networking, and it has software that lets you prioritize what's going to get access.
Right.
When I asked them about that, they had no idea. They transferred me. And I actually had one rep who put me on hold and then said, well, I Googled something for you. Here's some. He goes, I can't promise you, like, this isn't from Dell, but it's, so they didn't know that, and that was sort of a disappointment. When I went to social media, I asked them the same questions. I got a response in under half an hour from both, but it was the same thing on their software. They knew one, they didn't know the other existed, and so that was a bit of a letdown.
So it's inconsistent. And what's weird to me is that you have vendors who, I can understand if you don't want to answer questions about Windows, but when it comes to your own products and your own software that you're bundling on your systems, I don't get that disconnect.
Yeah, that wasn't terrible. That didn't look great for them. It wasn't a good look, especially because, you know, we love the laptop so much. We'd hope the tech support on that laptop would be just as good.
Did they keep you on the phone long, though, when you called?
They were solidly middle of the pack. There were a couple of short calls. When you were on hold, it was often frequently for brief periods. So they were definitely longer than some of the other that we tested.
What about Twitter and Facebook? You talked about some, not necessarily getting all the answers right, but were they responsive? Yeah,
responsive. Within half an hour, I had back from both of them. So one was 29 minutes, one was 30 minutes. So you do hear back when you tweet and write on Facebook to them.
So if you had to give advice to Dell's tech support staff, I hope you're listening, what advice would you give them?
Really compartmentalize tech support. When we asked them later, no matter which laptop you call them with, you get the same people, and they should maybe compartmentalize that out a bit. If you're calling with an Inspiron, have people with knowledge of the Inspiron and the software that comes with it. If you're calling with an Alienware gaming notebook, have the people who know Alienware, and that might spread it out a little bit. People don't have to know as much, and they're not going to forget about a key app that's sold as a key feature.
Yeah, so it would expedite the process, and you would also have a better chance of getting the right answer the first time as opposed to going to Google. That's not good.
Right.
Make sure you go to laptopmag.com to see all the results from our tech support showdown for all top 10 brands. This is Mark Spoonauer.